Good morning, roll gang, and welcome on inside to a fresh episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. It is officially Strain Review Tuesday, which means time to roll up a perfect dime of a brand new strain to judge on the show live with you guys. Super fucking excited to break down some of this sacred melted strawberries. Ooh, some melted strawberries by Sacred over at Clark Natural Cultivation. Super excited to break some down and give it a pure and honest judgment based on the RSRS, the Rolling Spoon Rating Scale. And basically, we're going to give this strain a judgment, a score out of 100, based on bag appeal, flavor, ash color, throat hit, and how the numbers corresponded with the smoke, so that we can really figure out whether this is a top shelf, an elite, high qual, or maybe this strain's just not it. We're just gonna find out. We normally only smoke gas on this show, but let's get on into the pre-smoke judgment so that we can introduce the show while we roll up. But yo, peep this unbelievable beauty of a nug. I'm going to be smoking this nug, the cream of the crop for this batch, melted strawberries. So bag appeal is a score out of 5 based on aroma, coloration, density, and bud structure. And basically, the aroma is on point. Smells exactly like a cookies strain. I was thinking I'd get strawberry cough, but it smells just like Thin Mints. So I'm not going to look at the numbers yet. Definitely cookies, cakey style smell. Coloration, perfect light green with that amazing orange hue pistils on the stigmas on the side of the bud. Amazing nug structure. I don't think this deserves anything but a 5 out of 5 on the pre-smoke judgment. Seemingly perfect nug. I mean, it really kind of looks like it's not even real. Super fucking excited to smoke it with you guys. So a 5 out of 5 on the pre-smoke judgment means it's time to grind this nug down and roll it up into our perfect dime, just like on every episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake, especially Strain Review Tuesday, because it's of utmost importance that we have a dime to give a proper and unbiased judgment to the strain. If I'm rolling up a shitty joint, that's gonna affect the score of this strain. So I have to make sure I roll the same joint I roll on every Strain Review Terpene Tuesday episode of the show. And I wouldn't be able to do that without my handy dandy cannabis multi-tool. The supporting role in your ritual, helping to roll a dime every time. My handy dandy cannabis multi-tool is this device I'm going to use to scoop this herb out of my grinder once it's ground. Shout out the High Bud Tenders spoon, High Bud Tenders podcast. The originating podcast, one of my major role models for the Weekday Wake and Bake, but also shout out name sponsor of the show every weekday morning, the Rolling Spoon Cannabis Multi-Tool. And also this episode is proudly sponsored by WWnB University, my proud alumnus and the first ever cannabis college. That's right, the first cannabis college in the world and the predominant place to go to claim your stake in this budding industry. If you are looking to learn how to grow some top shelf cannabis in your very own household or start your own cannabis business, look no further than WWnB. Use promo code ROLLINGSPOON, one word, to get 10% scholarship towards your industry education. And there's so much to learn about this magical plant, and Oaksterdam has just the right elite professors to teach you everything you need to know. So without further ado, let's roll up this Melted Strawberries by Sacred. I'm going to go ahead and meticulously scoop the herb onto my paper. Make sure the distribution is perfectly even, because an even distribution is an essential for an even roll. Super excited to smoke with all the roll gangsters tuning in on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Shout out to all y'all. You guys are all the shit. Every weekday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. You know, it's stoner law. We have awoke. So now we must have a smoke. If you guys would, the question of the day, of course, as always, is what are you guys smoking on? If you guys could comment in the comment section wherever you're consuming this show, I would love to know and share what you're smoking on this morning. I'm smoking on this perfect looking Melted Strawberries by Sacred, and I mean, shit, it is so sticky. This roll is actually kind of hard. But anyhow, doesn't really matter. We have to roll the same joint that we roll on every episode. Ooh, does it smell fragrant? Melted Strawberries by Sacred. Rolled up the dime, and now it's time to spark it. Actually, let's pack it a little more full. Boom. Use my handy dandy rolling spoon as my poker, pink down the end of the joint a little bit. And it is officially time to get into the smoke judgment. Because honestly, it doesn't really matter that much how it looks. The pre-smoke judgment is only 20% of the score. So 5 out of 5 on the pre-smoke judgment. Let's go ahead and light some Melted Strawberries by Sacred on fire and see how she smokes. This is the tell-all, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Boy, does it taste potent. Sheesh. Whole ass, face squinching throat hit. Man. You know, I am not tasting the aroma I got on the smell. Man, roll gang, it just tastes kind of potent, honestly. Not much flavor, just really, really heavy smoke. Shit. You know, out of 5, I don't know if I'm a vibe with this flavor. 3 is good, 2 is meh. I'm between there. I don't think it's good. You know. No, I'm gonna be real. It tastes kind of chemically. You know, I'm kind of getting a little bit of a metallic taste. Makes me a little nervous to smoke it, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 1 out of 5 on the flavor. A little bit chemically flavored, not any terpenes. Yeah, and it hits a little bit different. The throat hit kind of hurts. I'm a little scared to hit it. I gotta smoke it though. At least I'm getting high. Definitely pretty effective. Fuck me. Next up is the ash color. We got a 5 on the pre-smoke, a 1 on the flavor. And honestly, the ash is like kind of backing up the flavor. I'm not gonna lie or cap. That is fucking dark ash. That's a 2 out of 5. One is black. It's not completely black. I mean, maybe it is, but no, I'm going to go ahead and give it a dark. I think it's a really dark gray. That's a 2 out of 5. Little shook. The throat hit. So, throat hit is the last rating out of 5. 5 would be a smooth smack. 4 is the smack. 3 is a nice pinch. 2 is no throat hit. 1, it hurts. So it does hurt a little bit, but I'm definitely getting stoned. Like, maybe it's so potent it's affecting the smoke in a joint. I will say it's not going out. I go a minute without ripping it. It's very resinous. You know what? I'll go ahead and give it a 4 out of 5 on the throat hit, because it is like a satisfying rip. It's just a little bit painful, and if it tasted amazing and the ash color was really white, I definitely would still give it a 4 out of 5 on the throat hit. So throat hit 4 out of 5, ash color 2. Flavor 1, pre-smoke judgment. Man, that nug was absolutely stunning. 5 out of 5 on the pre-smoke. And honestly, it's burning forever. I'll definitely give it that. I think it's extraordinarily resinous. Maybe this just isn't joint weed, or at least not for me. So the definitive judgment segment is where we take into account the burn time, the THC percentage. We finally take a dive into the testing and give it a score out of 20 before wrapping up the final score out of 100. Burn time, everything you wanted out of a fucking half-gram joint. I mean, I'm halfway through, almost the whole way through the show. THC percent, I mean, maybe this is pushing 30%. Maybe that's what's affecting the smoke so much. Sometimes strains that test that high burn funky in joints because of how resiny it is. Resiny? I don't fucking know, but probably pushing 30% THC. Terpenes, I have no fucking clue. I have absolutely no fucking clue. Like, the flavor is not terpy. It's strong. Like, gassy. Like, I don't even know. I'm not tasting any terpenes, but other cannabinoids. Let's peep at the numbers now. Yo, fucking yeah, 32.82% THC, fucking insane. Little presence of THCV, CBD, CBG, lots of other cannabinoids. 9 on the myrcene, or on the limonene, 7 on the myrcene. These numbers are off the charts, but honestly, I'm not tasting the terpenes. I feel the percentage. Shit, this is where it has a comeback. All the numbers, the terps are not coming through on the flavor, but I love the presence of all the other cannabinoids. Gotta give it credit for that. Probably in the 17 out of 20 range. I'll dock it to 3 points because I'm not tasting the terpenes. But everything else, burn time, THC percentage, potency, effects, checks all the boxes. But man, I'm not tasting the terps. So, but while I tally up the scores here in my head, quick shout out to Oaksterdam University and the Rolling Spoon Cannabis Multi-Tool, named sponsors of every weekday Wake and Bake, every weekday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, bringing you some cannabis content to smoke with, and fuck, you guys know I love to smoke with the Roll Gang too, so super excited for tomorrow's midweek mailbag episode of the show. But Today we are judging this Melted Strawberries by Sacred. Still lit. I didn't even rip it once I lit it a moment ago. It's just very potent and resinous. Very. It's been a crazy experience. But we're going to go ahead and tally up the score. So a 5 out of 5 in the pre-smoke judgment is 20 points off the bat. None for flavor. Ash color, 2 points, gets 5. So 25 plus the throat hit at 4 gets 15, making 40. Add in the 17 from the definitive judgments, making this strain a 57 out of 100. And I know that doesn't sound too hot, and maybe it wasn't all my favorite joint smoke, but it's a different scoring system than high school, From 60 to 50 is good quality herb, Not everything can be high qual, top shelf, elite, at least in joints on per this rating scale. Tasted a little chemically to me. It burnt super dark, denoting, a little funkiness in the cure or the flush during the flowering process of the cultivation. But other than that, definitely got me extraordinarily medicated. 32%. That's what you expect for such a high qual strain, and it looked, smelled insane. But 57 out of 100 on the RSRS for the Melted Strawberries by Sacred on this Terpene Tuesday strain review episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. Your Procession Sky loves you, Roll Gang, and I will see you guys tomorrow for a midweek mailbag. Going to collect some questions from the Roll Gangsters on Twitter. So if you want to participate in the mailbag, hop on over to the Twitter machine at rolling_spoon. Pop a question in. Would be happy to answer it on the show. Shout out to everybody tuned in this morning on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Love you guys. Mwah! See you tomorrow.